Hey guys, this is Jay at Broke Student Money Solutions. In this video, I wanted to show you guys just a brief tutorial on how to use WordPress. This is a WordPress tutorial for beginners. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Well, you can see here I'm at the login screen, so I'm going to go ahead and log in and show you what we got here. Whoops. There we go. Okay, so once you log in, and when you do it for the first time, this is after you've bought like your hosting and got your domain name and all that other good stuff. You'll land right here on the dashboard. Okay, let's talk about this dashboard for just a moment. Here they've got at a glance. It gives you sort of an idea of what you have done in your website. Okay. This is just something I added on. I'll talk about that a little bit later. Here's a little section called Quick Draft. So what you would use this for is if you log in, you jump on a dashboard, and you just want to write something quick without losing your ideas, then you would jump on here, throw down a title, and then click in here what's on your mind. And you can click on Save Drafts. Speaking of saved drafts, you have a section here called Drafts. So as you can see, I have a few sections here that I'm working on of drafts, and I gave the example on my web page that if you start, for instance, a post or something like that, and you just don't have time to finish it and you want to come back to it later, you can click on the Save Draft button, and I'll show you exactly where it's at, and then it'll save it right here. So when you log back into WordPress, you can just click on it and start back up on it. Okay. Here's a little activity section with recently published. You can see some of the things that I published very recently. Here's some comments and things like that. So the dashboard is pretty useful here. Okay. I wanted to show you just sort of the things that you're going to be using primarily and how to use them. Okay. This section over here, this section is very important. This is where everything is going to come into play. Okay. So when you first log in and you're working on building your website out, the thing you're probably going to want to look at the first is in appearance, okay, and theme. So let's go to that and let me show you what's going on there. And as you can see, I have Baskerville theme that's already loaded up, and they give you some themes to start off with. So when you're designing your website, you're going to pick a theme, and then once you pick your theme, then you'll go and you'll edit it all through. Okay, so after you pick your theme, you'll want to go to appearance again, and when you click on one of these sections, it extends it for you instead of it being a drop down. And then you're going to want to click on customize, because that's where we're going to be switching everything up. Okay, so I want to take a moment and show you everything here in customization. So here they've got the site title and tagline. I've got Broke Student Money Solutions for my site title. My tagline right under is Long-Term Supplemental Money Solutions for the Broke College Student. Okay. They'll have a logo, so if you want to add a logo instead of having a site title, you can put that in there. A header image, as you can see, I have a picture of some money back there. That's what my website is about, making money online. Okay. A background image, I don't have a background image, but if your theme supports a background image, you may want to add it. Here's a navigation drop down. This is for when you're creating menus. Okay. You'll see that some themes support multiple types of menus and some of them don't. This one just supports one type of menu, and that's the primary menu, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. Here I have it listed as cool menu. You can create your menus. We'll talk about that on a later post. Okay. Some widgets. These are basically like your side widgets and stuff like that. And I'll give you an example of what a widget looks like. And then your static front page if you have one. For mine, I have mine as the latest post. Or if you want a static front page that you want to create, then you can just jump right in there and create you a static page. Okay. So after you go through, you've made your decision on how you want to customize things and all that. The next thing you'll probably be looking at is your settings. Okay, let's just take a look at each one of these really quick. Click on the general here. If you didn't edit it before in your customization, you can edit your site title and tagline. Here's my email address. Okay, and here's a couple of other sections. You can set the time, when the week starts, site language, which is really convenient if you want. If you're in another country and you're making a website primarily for the audience in that country. So WordPress, I'm sure, has a bunch of different languages here, as you can see here. Okay, and then you click on Save Changes once you edit all of that. Okay, and then the other sections is writing, reading, discussion, media. I'm not sure why media is in this section here. I think it's just options for media, but I'll show you the main media section that you'll be using. And then some of these here, as you can see, are custom settings. So when you add stuff to your website, they'll make little sections where you can just go on and edit these certain parts. Okay, so you'll go through your settings, you'll fix all of that up. Okay, and then once you finish that, then you've got your theme, you've got your settings. You can see what your website looks like, and then you can go ahead and make sure that it's live. Okay, so first you'll be creating your theme. Second, you'll be customizing. Third, you're not going to worry about menus yet because you wouldn't have made any pages. But you'll be worrying about things like widgets and other stuff. So that's the next thing I want to talk about, some widgets. Okay, WordPress has a section here where they add a bunch of widgets. You can put on these widgets anywhere you want to into your text. And let me show you the options here. They have something called a footer A, and there should be some other ones here. Let me look back. Oh, and also one that's really popular is the sidebar. So let me show you what I've got in my sidebar. Okay, it says widgets in this area will be shown in the sidebar. What I have here is recent comments. Okay, recent posts and texts. Okay, and that's basically what my widgets look like. So let me show you that on my website here. Let's see. Let me refresh this. Take a look here. I'll just click on my most recent page here. So this is my my recent comments in this section. Okay, and then what's new? These are my recent posts. Okay, and then I have a little widget here. I'm showing you Wealthy Affiliate, which I talk about a lot on my website, and I do it for good reasons, but we won't discuss it here in this video. Okay, so widgets, you'll be inserting widgets. As you build out your menus, you'll have different categories and stuff like that. You can create a custom menu or add a custom menu to your widget, which is convenient if you want people to find certain things on your website immediately. Okay, there's some other sections in here like the RSS feed, a search button. If someone's looking for something on your website, they can click the search button and check. A tag cloud. I'm not sure exactly what that does. I'm still learning about all this. Text and video widgets. Okay. Alright, so once you adjust your widgets, okay, I'm not going to worry about menus or header because I want this to be a short tutorial. I just want to show you some other things. You've got your widgets adjusted, themes, you've customized stuff, and you set your settings. Now it's time to create some content. Okay, so in this next part here, I'm going to show you how to create content. I'm also going to show you what's it called, the plugins. So we'll be talking about plugins as well. Okay, so content. You'll be creating posts and pages. Like I've told you guys, if you're a blogger, which a lot of people are, there's a lot of blogs out there now. You'll be creating mostly posts and less pages. And say you were wanting to create something like an online store or something of that manner, then you'd probably be creating more pages than posts. For instance, on my math website, I would want to create pages for that instead of having those as posts, because it's simply is easier to organize than for people to be able to find immediately than it is to do for posts. Okay, but it depends on what kind of website you're building. Anyways, let me show you an example. So let's say I wanted to add a new post. Okay, so I'm going to go to post, click on add new. You can put on a title here. This is a new post. Okay, and then in this body right here, you're going to be typing all of your stuff. This is just an example of some of the things we can add on this website, especially when it comes to quality content. Okay, all right. So I have this little thing set up on my website called Distraction Free Writing Mode. It's pretty nice. It takes all the other stuff out, so I won't have any distractions while I'm writing content here. Okay. So I'll just talk about a few things on this page. What you notice down here is the word count. This is extremely useful if you're trying to figure out how many words you have in your website, or excuse me, on your post. And it's great because you know the more words that you have, the better your post is going to rank. If you join Wealthy Affiliate, you'll be learning about all of that, and you should be able to find something like that on my website as well. Okay. Probably the most important thing you'll be using on this page, besides these options, you know, these are your standard options that you will see in something like Microsoft Word, but the most important thing you'll probably be seeing is publish. Okay, this publish section here. You have that expanded out. If you're just throwing some things down and you want to come back and edit later, you click on Save Draft, and you can go back to that draft later. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and show that to you. So say I clicked on Save Draft, okay, and then this preview button is awesome. Okay, say you typed out all this content, you put images on your content or videos or music or something like that, and as it is within this editor here, you won't really see how it really looks. But when you preview, you see exactly how the page looks. So here it is. I clicked on preview, okay, and this is the menu I was talking about. And here I have, this is a new post. This is just an example of some things we can add on this website, especially when it comes to quality content, with my little widgets here. So it shows you exactly what you're looking at before I actually post, okay. So I can exit out of here. So that's great when you're typing content and you want to know exactly what it's going to look like when you search it on the web. Then you click on the preview button. And the publish button, of course. Your web page, your web post, that isn't going to be live until you click on that publish button. That means Google is not going to run their little spiders to search your post and determine a rank for it until you click on that publish post. I also wanted to show you a cool little thing here too. Notice it says publish immediately in this section here. I'm going to click on edit. Here it has a section where it gives you the exact time that's going to publish. And as you can see, this is the exact time that I have right now. I can choose it for a later date. So let's say I wanted to publish it 2 days later at the same time. I would go and put in something like the 20th, 2015, and then once I click OK, then it'll post it at that date, which is great. Okay. So you can schedule your posts. If you're writing multiple posts a day or a week, and you want to spread it out, which is a good idea, then this is what you want to do. You want to schedule it instead of posting immediately. Okay. Also, we have a format. I'm still learning about all this stuff here. I'll get back to you once I finish learning about all of that. Important thing that you do is categories. As you create categories in your menu, you'll want to put this in a particular category so people can find it. Like for instance, what I have at the top of my page, and I'll show that to you in preview again. Here what I have at the top of my page, it says College Money 101, be a business double major and major in online business at school. Okay, if we were to go back to our page, I would make this post, write up my content or whatever, and if I wanted it in that section, then I would click on major in online business and school, and then it'll show up in that section. So let me show that to you again. Click back here, be a business double major, major in online business and school. And as you can see, I have some posts in there. If I was to create a new post, it will be in this section here. Okay, so that makes it convenient instead of you having to go to your menus and set that up. Okay, I also said I wanted to talk to you about the widgets, so let's do that for a moment. Not the widgets, but the plugin. Sorry. I'm I'm going to click on install plugins here.